Zap, 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 lightning, zap, zap, lightning, lightning, fade.
Hello everybody, it's me, the LEGO Dude, and in today's video I will be talking about a statement which LEGO just put out that gives the definitive clear answer as to why LEGO have stopped giving cloth wastegapes to clone minifigures that need them, and if I'm being honest, I think we were better off without an answer. To give some more context to this whole situation, LEGO have included wastegapes on the LEGO Star Wars clone troopers that needed them for nearly a decade, from 2020 if I remember correctly all the way up until 2020. After that, LEGO unexplainedly just completely stopped giving wastegapes to clone troopers and started to give them small prints on the front of the legs instead of actual wastegapes. For the past 3 years, LEGO have just continued doing this. Recently, there was some hope that we could get wastegapes again soon since they appeared in a couple of sets from other LEGO themes this year, but that hope was shut down when pictures of the Phase 2 Captain Rex were leaked and it had a printed wastecape. And now with this statement, we finally have LEGO's answer as to why they won't be giving clone troopers cloth wastegapes anymore. Just to clarify, any criticism I have will be directed at LEGO, not at the LEGO minifigure designer who said this, since he was saying what LEGO probably would have said soon anyway, and what we know is LEGO's official position on this matter. Getting started with breaking down the statement now, the first big thing we have here is this sentence which says they stopped putting the wastegapes on the clone troopers to keep them consistent, which I understand to an extent but really doesn't make that much sense. If all the clones were almost the same with just the different Legion colors and slightly different prints, it would make sense, but they aren't. Some of the clones we've gotten recently have had the wastecape print and a lot haven't. Some have had arm printing and a lot don't. Minifigures like Captain Rex just have completely unique prints and others don't. The 187th Mace Windu clone troopers have no helmet holes and most other recently released clones do. I could go on and on talking about the inconsistencies with these minifigures, but basically the conclusion we can draw here is that the inconsistency of having wastegapes would hardly make clone troopers any more inconsistent than they already are. The next part of the statement says that kids find them tricky to put on and that it limits minifigure mobility. The first one I can't be sure about, since when me and anyone else I knew were small children we had no problems with the wastegapes, but since I don't have across the board statistics I can't really be sure. But if LEGO aren't willing to put wastegapes in the sets because they're too tricky to put on, then why do they use several difficult building techniques in these same sets? The instructions usually provide quite simple and easy to follow steps to put on the wastegapes, but in these same sets that need them now or in other sets for small children, there's a lot of unclear parts in the instructions for technical parts of sets and other parts as well, so I don't see how putting the wastegapes on a minifigure would be much more difficult. The second part about limited mobility is true to an extent, but if you're bothered by the limited mobility due to the wastecape, then you can just take it off and store it for later, so that way you have the wastecape you can use if you want to, or you can ignore it if you want to as well. The last big thing said in this statement is related to the point about consistency again, with them saying they want consistency between big and small sets. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, since I don't think there should be an insane amount of exclusive things, but for the $650 UCS vendor, I don't think it's controversial to say that the Captain Rex minifigure should have had a wastecape. Each wastecape most likely doesn't cost more than a nickel, and since LEGO already have the cloth cutout mode, they don't need to invest money in a new design, so it really wouldn't have been too expensive for them. It would cost a few $1,000s at most, and with how insanely big LEGO's profit margins are, that would basically be nothing. Overall, this was a really disappointing answer to the question we've been asking, but it probably should have been expected. Alright everyone, that is everything for today's video. Tell me your thoughts on this statement from LEGO about the wastegapes in the comment section down below. Do you think LEGO had any good reasoning for stopping giving clone troopers physical wastegapes? What parts of this statement from LEGO do you agree with? What parts of it do you disagree with? And one last thing before you leave, please remember to hit the subscribe button, ring the notifications bell, and leave a like on the video. Bye!